June 1944. After the failed German offensive at Kursk, the Soviet Union has launched its own offensive aimed at Army Group Center in Soviet Byelorussia, called Operation Bagration. Army Group Center was severely depleted, losing 28 out of 34 divisions and having its front line completely shattered. Today's battle report comes from a tiny village in Byelorussia. The Russians have successfully driven out the German defenders and have begun to occupy the village, but a brave German platoon has decided to counterattack to try and slow the Soviet steamroller and allow their comrades to retreat safely. The German force consists of a regular first lieutenant and aide, a 10-man Panzer Grenadier squad with light machine gun and Panzerfaust, a 10-man Ostlegione unit with LMG and Panzerfaust, and a regular Panzer IV. The Soviet forces include a regular junior lieutenant and aide, an 11-man free inexperienced rifle squad, a veteran 6-man tank rider section with SMGs and an LMG, a regular medium mortar, and a regular sniper. Turn 1 begins with the Soviets running their inexperienced squad forward onto the road. The junior officers follow shortly behind, no doubt to make sure they do what they're told. The third consecutive Russian dice allows the sniper to go on ambush. And then the next die goes to the Germans, who decide to bring on their armored car and target the inexperienced riflemen. All 6 MMG shots miss, needing Super 6s. Germans follow this move with their Ostlegion squad, which runs onto the table to get behind the farmhouse. The German lieutenant runs with them to make sure they stay in line. Next die goes to the Soviets. Their medium mortar can just see the Ostlegione troops that just entered the battle. It's their first shot, so they need a 6, and the round lands. 4 men are killed by the blast and the squad takes 3 pins, but manage to hold fast thanks to their nearby lieutenant. Turn 2 starts with another shot from the zeroed-in mortar team. The Ostlegione goes down and only 1 man is killed, but they add another 2 pins. Another dice out of the bag to the Russians, who again run their inexperienced rifles forward, this time into the orchard at the crossroads. From across the table, the SCKFZ 222 takes aim and shoots with its MMG, which manages to kill a rifleman. Next dice goes to Germany, who brings in a grenadier squad on the outflank. Their advance order allows them to target the Russian officers, but can't score a Super 6 to hit. But the officers do notice that they are out in the open and decide to run to join the riflemen. Another dice, this time German, and a Panzer IV enters the fray. With a good line of sight on the rifleman squad, the tank opens fire, missing with its main gun, but killing 1 man with its hull-mounted machine gun. The Russians use their next dice to bring on their armor, a T-34-85 with support of some tank riders. The T-34 fires at both the Panzer IV and the Grenadier squad, but movement and cover saves both targets. The Soviets pull another dice and bring in their outflanking unit, a 2-man anti-tank rifle team. From behind the fallen tree, they have a decent side shot at the SDKFZ 222. However, they miss with a 5. It's now turn 3, and the medium mortar again starts the turn by lobbing a shell onto the unlucky Ostlegione troops, who take another 2 casualties and break, fleeing the table. These mortar shells are landing just a little too close for the German commander. Looking for some payback, the next dice activates the Panzer IV, who this time lines up on the T-34 down the road. Needing a 3 to hit, the armor-piercing round hits, penetrates with a 4, and the T-34 explodes on a 5. Even worse, the tank riders on board take 3 casualties and are blown off the back of the tank and forced to go down, but their veteran morale helps them stay in the fight. The Soviets answer back with their anti-tank rifle, which hits the SCKFZ 222 but fails to penetrate. The Soviets again have the next dice, and the sniper lines up on the Grenadier squad through the rubble, but the bullet doesn't find its way. Germany decides to activate their armored car, not liking its side to the anti-tank rifle, but it fails its order test and remains in the open. With 3 pins, the Soviets decide to rally its inexperienced squad. D6 plus 1 takes off all 3 of them. Next, a German die allows the Grenadier squad to advance and target the riflemen in the orchard. Their bristling firepower kills 3 Soviets. Another German activation sees the lieutenant run towards the crossroads, no doubt looking to add his bonuses to the Grenadier section, which really could use the leadership. The Russian officers try to take advantage of the Grenadiers' positioning and advance, firing their SMGs. With 4 shots, 1 finds a target, killing a German regular. Turn 4 begins again with the Soviets, which manages to activate its veteran tank riders and advance toward the Grenadiers. 2 of their 6 shots hit, and 1 German is killed. Next die goes to Russia, who again manages to bounce around off the side of the German armored car. Another Soviet die, and the inexperienced riflemen manage to pass their orders test to advance over the rock wall onto the street to take aim at the German lieutenant. Their poor training inhibits them from hitting with their 6 shots. Another Russian dice, and another shot at the Grenadiers by the sniper team. This time the shot finds its target, but fails to kill with a roll of a 1. Next up are the Germans. Wanting to try again at moving the SDKFZ 222, the armored car instead rolls a double 6 for a foo bar, and a roll of a 4 on the chart means the vehicle retreats at full pace away from the action. The Soviet dice allows the junior officers to fire again at the Grenadiers, this time killing 2 Germans. To try to shake their pins, the Grenadiers use the next dice to rally and get rid of all of them. Next dice, and the German officers run again to get into a helpful range of the Grenadiers. Figuring the German lieutenant is still a mortar magnet, the Soviets use the next dice out of the bag to fire at the remnants of the Grenadier squad. Needing a 6, the very lucky Russians roll and get it. The 2-inch template covers 4 men and kills them without a roll due to its +3 high explosives penetration. Maybe the lieutenant should have stayed where he was. Hoping to wipe out the Soviet riflemen, the Panzer IV advances with double movement on the road to just outside point-blank range. The main gun hits, and its high explosives round kills 3 Russians. The riflemen take a morale check because they lost half their squad in 1 round of firing, but they do manage to hold their ground. Determined to finish them off, the whole machine gun fires 6 shots, needing a 6 for movement in hard cover, and misses all of them. It's now turn 5 and the first die out of the bag is German, so the Grenadiers pass their orders test and advance to negate the mortar's zeroed-in status. Looking for revenge for their comrades, they target the Russian officers and fire with the LMG, hitting 3 times but not managing to kill. The next die is Soviet, and knowing the inexperienced riflemen are armed with anti-tank grenades, they try to assault the Panzer IV. However, an inexperienced morale of 8 and 4 pins means they don't pass with the roll of a 5, causing them to go down. The armored car activates next dice and retraces its tracks back to its previous position on a run order. Soviet dice goes to the sniper team, who can see the battered Grenadier squad in the crossroads. The sniper easily hits with a 6, then kills a regular Grenadier with a 5. The lone German NCO rolls a morale test and manages to stay in the battle. The Russians get the next order dice and decide to fire the mortar at the German lieutenant, needing a 6 for the new target, and misses on a 2. Another Russian dice is pulled, so the tank riders run towards the crossroads, anticipating a turn 6 brawl for the objective. The German lieutenant also anticipates turn 6 to be critical, so he and his aide advance and fire at the tank riders. Only 1 of the 3 shots lands, but it fails to kill. Another German die, and the Panzer IV advances into point-blank range to deal with the riflemen contesting the objective. Opening fire with the hull-mounted MMG, the tank manages 3 hits but then rolls 3 1s, negating any casualties. But the carnage isn't over. The tank fires its main gun at point blank, and the explosive round easily obliterates 2 of the 3 riflemen, and the lone survivor doesn't have the morale needed to stay on the field. Angry at their lack of usefulness, the Russian officers attempt to advance, but fail their own orders test and go down. On the last die of the turn, the Soviets try to take advantage of the advancing Panzer IV, and moves forward its anti-tank rifle team. They take a shot, but needing a 4, miss on a 3. The final turn of the game opens with the veteran tank riders shedding their pin and opening fire on the German lieutenant with its LMG and 2 SMGs, killing both the officer and his aide. Next dice is Soviet, so the anti-tank rifle fires at the Panzer IV and hits. Needing a 6 to even cause superficial damage, the team rolls a 5 and the round bounces off the side armor. Germany has the next order dice, and the SDKFZ tries to make itself useful and advances to the crossroad. Firing at point-blank range with its MMG, all 6 shots land and 2 of the tank riders are killed. The lone veteran passes his morale check and stays in the fight. The Soviets pull the next die and order the mortar team to target the Grenadier NCO, but a roll of a 2 means the shot goes wide. Pleased to still be alive, the NCO attempts to kill the last tank rider, but does not pass his order test and goes down. Next dice is German, so the Panzer IV reverses to line up on the tank rider. 6 machine gun shots fail to hit, but the main gun is effective and the tank riders are no more. With the last order dice going to the Soviets, they need to get their officers onto the crossroads to contest the objective. The crucial orders test is passed, and they make it to the objective just in time to end the game in a draw.